Hello. Hello. Is this working? It's working. All right. So, hello everyone. It's let's see, what day is it? It's March 8th. It's a Wednesday. It's March 8th. It's a Wednesday, and we're back here working on Old Man Link. If I'm talking if it sounds like I'm talking, oh god, I got too loud. If it sounds like I'm talking oddly, it's because I'm trying to speak softer, because I might have messed up my vocal cords a little bit, and then I have maybe, I don't know, I can't get a doctor's appointment for 20 days. In 20 days a doctor will tell me whether I'm ridiculous or not, but I might have vocal cord nodules, which are like gross blister things that can form on your vocal cords and harden. Anyway, my throat has not been feeling great, so I've been talking as little as possible and as softly as possible. But I normally talk very loudly, so this feels very strange. But I'm doing my best. So I'm sorry if it's weird. It's weird for me too. Okay. Let's see. I probably need to just bite the bullet here and just start working on his hand that is resting on the hilt. It sounds like a deal, Jeff. This is the no pants link. Old man no pants link. Let's see. Alright, so I'm going to have to do some pretty heavy changes to this. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Some heavy-ish changes to this arm, because you can see over here it was at this angle, and I'm moving it to be further up. All right. Oh god. I feel like when I try to speak more softly, I don't feel like I can ever get excited about anything. Like, if I get excited about something, I'll die. It's like, well, I'm not gonna die. My voice will die. It's like speed bus. It's like speed bus for your throat. If you ever go above, well, no, in speed, they can't go below 60 miles an hour. This is like, you can't ever go up to 60 miles an hour, right? So I guess it's different than speed, but it's still basically the same thing, right? We can all agree to that. So let's see, we gotta make the sleeve here. So his arm isn't gonna go down like it was there. It's probably too much. Let's see. I do this bend without it looking weird. This looks weird because it looks like it's his shoulder, but his shoulder is obviously much higher up. This bend in the cloth just looks like he has a tube arm. Old man Link, tube man Link. Okay, so let's make this some solid objects. And then I can start editing them and adding details. I'm going to duplicate this whole hand here so that I still have some of these interior lines and stuff like that. Hello, zombies. See, everything that I say sounds bored because I can't speak loudly. I don't know how to sound excited when I have to speak quietly. I know I have to talk like this because I can't hurt my throat. I'm trying to let my throat heal. And I don't feel like I can... I don't feel like I can be much more than monotone. I feel like I have to be monotone. What is that little thing? How'd that get there? I think talking quietly is making me sleepy. It's like I'm readying for sleepy time. Oh, wait, this actually goes up to... But the other thing is, I can't drink as much caffeine. I can't drink as much caffeine because it's bad, apparently, according to Megs. Megs could be lying to me. Okay, so we got a hand that's more than just a red outline. That's good. You still might be a liar, Megs. Getting a Switch. I don't know. I mean, I got one just because with Mario, I would get one anyway to play Mario eventually. And there's not going to be a price drop before Mario comes out. And I was like, well, I'm going to get Zelda either way. Do I want to get it on the Wii U or do I want to just go ahead and get it on the Switch? And so I ended up going ahead and just getting it on the Switch because why not? But if you're not interested in Zelda, I don't know that there's any reason to get a Switch at the moment. Ooh, where are you going on vacation? I want to go on vacation. Why does his sleeve look so dopey? Ooh, that sounds nice. Let's see, where would this... Let's see, his arm would be... Let's see, so... I can't draw, I'm bad at drawing. Okay, so if he were standing, his arms, your hands usually end at like mid thighs. So let's see, and so it would bend like right here. Buying new gadgets is always fun. Let's see. I went to Italy in college for a drawing class, and I went from, I stayed, where did I stay? Oh God, I'm getting old. I stayed in Florence and Rome, mostly, for 5 weeks. It was just a class where we just hung out and drew architecture and the likes. And it was a lot of fun. And relatively on the cheap since it was through a school program, which was swell. Because traveling can be expensive. Oh, that's cool. That'd be a good train ride. It's like how when I buy things, like stupid house things, like yesterday we had to have someone come over and look at the furnace. And it was like $115. And I'm like, man, I could have gotten a bunch of video games for $115. And instead I spent it on a guy to come over and say, yep, you did the right thing, but this was just a little misaligned, so it wasn't working. It's like when you pay to go to a doctor and they're like, yep, nothing's wrong with you. Just get some sleep. And you're like, I have to pay you for this? $2 video games if you buy new games, but if you buy like games on like Steam, you can get a lot more games. Let's see, illustrating all this cloth is hard. I remember why I don't usually put cloth in stuff, because it's a pain in the butt. Yeah, I do know that the furnace is all good, and I do know that what I was trying to do to fix it was right. I had to replace the thermocouple, which I replaced, but just had positioned it a little incorrectly, so it was not fixing. It was not fixing. I'm good at words. Travis, I'm sorry your vote for Robot Dinosaurs did not ultimately win out. That illustration is not far along at all. It is at this point. So this is the it's more like a robot giraffe than a robot dinosaur. But yeah, they kind of lumber around, and someone made a Lego version, which I grabbed some shots of for reference. Just because you can see, like, this is like a really complex. It's like way higher fidelity than I'd ever illustrated at, and so looking at stuff made in Legos is kind of an interesting way to see how it can be broken down and simplified, which is what I would be doing in my illustration. And so far, all I have is this rough assemblage of squares to kind of figure out the basic pose and whatnot. Oh my god, talking this way, it makes me tired. I gotta figure out a way to make me not tired. I'm making a tattoo. Alright. It doesn't say that, does it? Did I? No, it doesn't say that. Yeah, you freaked me out. I was like, I'm not that bad at spelling. Let's see. Let's look up some reference for this. Robe arm. Rob arm. Maybe I am that bad at spelling. Alright. What is this person doing? Oh, it's a pasture. They're in their a pastor, a pastor, a pastor, a pastor. God. See, this is just like comically large. These are comically large sleeves. Oh, look at that. You found some good reference here. Thank you, Jeff. Friar Tuck Robin Hood. God, see, this is the way to animate hands. Just 4 fingers. Any more fingers than that's for the birds. We're gonna look up wizard sleeve. Oh god, nope, I don't like I did not know that was a thing. Just all of the search, all of the autofills. It's like, oh god. Let's see. Night sleeve? No, not tattoos. I don't want tattoos. Oh god. Yeah, all of those autofills are really graphic. Oh shit. All right. Why does this sleeve looks terrible? Or maybe it's the arm that looks terrible? What? Something looks terrible over here, and I can't figure out what it is. Like, it could also be that it just doesn't have any, like, there's no lighting, so it pops out too much, and that's what's looking really bad. Yeah, it's this bend is bad, but I don't. Super potent. That's a good way to put it. I think that yeah, I don't. Maybe it would have like fabric. It would have like folds there, right? Like fabric folds. think that part of what's weird is the perspective that everything else is at. That hand would actually be going down and coming towards the viewer a little bit, but instead it's going out directly at the side, which isn't really correct. Where's that reference that... I'm looking at this reference that Jeff linked in here. Maybe it's a matter of giving a little depth to the robe so that it's not like just viewed from the side here. It's probably easier explained than, or shown than explained. We're just going to do a real down and dirty thing here. I'm never listening to what you all told me to Google again. You've ruined it. And see, I'm going to have to get this perspective right. If I make it too aggressive, then it's still just going to look very weird. I'm just going to make this real crappy and then I'll worry about making it look better. Just so we have something to look at. As my first boss used to always say when explaining something that he wanted, instead of wasting a bunch of time explaining exactly what he wanted, he would say, this but not this. I'm going to give me an example. And that approach, this but not this, has saved me a lot of time over the years in explaining things to other people. It's a little better. I mean, this is wrong. But so is the hand still... What would fix this? I think for now I'm just going to there are some gradients on this to push it back and move on to another part of this illustration, because I feel like I'm getting too focused on this one part instead of focusing on the whole. And when I can't figure something out, I usually just move on to other stuff, and usually some sort of answer will present itself as I'm addressing other parts of it. Can I desaturate those eyes? This whole thing is just kind of a filler. Desaturating them just washes them out. I don't... That is not desaturating it. That is just washing it out. Thanks, Andy. Just make the Sword of Cain. I am working with a tablet. I have an Intuos medium tablet that I'm working with. Let's see. Probably shouldn't get too bent out of shape over the gradient on a buckle, but let's see, how do I figure out if these are centered or not? Slash doesn't matter. It matters to me. It depends on how much work it is. If it's too much work, it doesn't matter to me. Wait a second. This isn't how belts work. If this were a real belt, there would be an ends, right? thought this was going to be link illustrations, but instead it's just belt illustrations. So this would actually extend out and come to an end. Like that. How do I do that with what I've made, with the way that I've made it? Okay, so I'm going to take this shape. I'm going to cut it out. Cut it out. Okay. Wait, but that wasn't... Let's see. No, that didn't work. Wait, I figured it out. Okay, maybe. We're going to try this. I don't know if this is going to work. As with most solutions, what seems really great in the moment can kind of turn out to be a big turd, but... God, how many gradients do I have on this thing? So many gradients. I just want to get the base color so that I can make this the same color. Yeah, I already have a Triforce little thing on his cape. His cowl. Is it a cowl? Is it a cape? What's the difference? I mean, I'm sure there is a difference. I'm just not aware of it. Okay, so... because the hole should actually be large enough for this to fit through. Yeah, I talked about figuring out where to put that yesterday. I don't know where to. I don't know. I probably should. Maybe on one of his pouches. It could be like embroidered in his pouch, maybe. Yeah. Oh, yes, I did. I talked about the slate. I didn't talk about putting that symbol in that you're. I'm afraid to say it out loud because I don't. I probably will not pronounce it correctly. Why is it that all of these are the same width, but this one looks so much further than the others? Eyes. Why do they toy with us so? Hey, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Slate. Yeah, Slate. I accept that. Let's see if I take. Let's see. So we'll make this new little chunk. To have a little bit of separation between this flap. I don't even like that I called it a flap. I don't. It made me uncomfortable. Okay, well now it actually looks like a real strap system instead of whatever it looked like before. I always use the shortcut, keyboard shortcut V to hit my selection tool, but for some reason I keep accidentally renaming layers V. shoulder thing. Okay. Oh, I built this so weird. So this arm, how did I make this? What is, oh God. So, okay, so I need to, okay. Yes, I've done the V thing a lot too. You just, or someone will be expecting a message from me in IM because I'll accidentally hit V while I'm in that program. How many gradients is too many gradients? We'll never know. I guess we can find out. Control Z to open a tab makes sense to my brain. Oh, it works in Safari. Okay. I guess the problem there is I would have to start using Safari. I don't know that that's going to happen. Pin. Why can't I use the pen tool? What? The pen tool is selected. This layer is... Okay, now I can use it. No idea. I'll just put some random folds in here and see what works. Yeah, Chrome used to turn it into a jet engine for a while there, and it seems to have calmed down recently. I don't know what made it calm down, but something seems to have fixed itself. I don't know how crazy I want to go with folds and stuff in this. I think it makes sense for the folds to be near the belt system, since it'll like catch the cloth and make it fold. The Logan / Zelda. Yeah, this is... I started making this a long time ago and just kind of forgot about it. Well, not that long. Let's see. We can trace it on Twitter when I started making this thing. December 7th. December 7th is when this thing started. And then I just let it rot away in a folder. And then with Breath of the Wild coming out, I was like, maybe I can revisit that. it's a combination. It was with Breath of the Wild coming out and just having finished that last illustration that had like really intense lighting in it. So lighting has always been a weakness of mine, and I didn't really feel like I could do this illustration without giving it decent lighting. So that's another reason why I put it on the shelf for a long time. Thanks, dude. I was happy with it. Yeah, I think plain at first is generous. It wasn't looking good for a long time, but sometimes it's just things have to look bad for a long time before they look good. That was one of those things. Definitely don't always pull it off. Sometimes things end up sucking. There's not much I can do about it. Oh, I so wish my cat was capable of finishing off illustrations. It would mean so much less work for me. It's actually spelled Rocco, R-O-C-K, after Rocco of the Wallaby of Rocco's Modern Life. Actually, push my glasses up when I say that. How dare you, sir? How dare you misspell the name of my cat? I think Rocco was a wallaby. Rocco the Modern Life. Rocco. Other people have searched for Rocco the Modern Life. People search for Rocco the Rapper. Oh, Rocco is a rapper. Okay. I thought people were mistaken Parappa the Rapper. Rocco's Modern... I thought he was a wallaby. Characters. Yeah. The timid Australian immigrant wallaby named Rocco. Your whole world just changed. Is that detail too tiny? Hello, Jeff. He is. He's looking very old. The oldest. The oldest Link. Kind of like the missing Link, but not. It's the oldest Link. Let's make this a little darker. I know, I'm getting hung up on all of these little folds and stuff. The mask is going to take me forever to finish. just gradients on top of gradients on top of gradients here. Yes, it will be printed. It will be. It'll be a small print, like a 5x7. Oh God. Why won't... Sometimes okay. Sometimes if the gradient line thing won't show up here, you have to ungroup it. Even if it doesn't look like it's grouped with anything, you still got to ungroup it. Yeah, like all the digital printers that I work with actually want RGB files, and like the one that I'm working with now had me send them files to test print, and then they sent back they sent me the test prints for me to look at and compare to my monitor to see how they look. And I mean, the colors that they got are pretty good. And I used the test prints to like make sure that they wouldn't have a problem printing all the gradient heavy stuff and like the work with grains in it, things like that. I can show you all the... I'll make my screen real big here and I can show you the test prints that they sent me. Hold on. Oh wait, I don't actually need to go anywhere because the test prints are sitting right next to me in the pile of crap. Let's see. Okay. How do we do this here? Let's just add a new thing. Let's see. Here we go. So you were going to get a big old version of me here. So, oh crap, you're not going to be able to see this stuff. So the thing is, they sent this stuff in like gloss photos, but the prints that I get will be in, you're not going to be able to appreciate any of this stuff, I don't think. You can kind of see it there. Yeah. So you see how they handle the grains really well. Oh God, will it focus? Focus. Or don't. Just never focus. That's fine too. Never focus. But I also sent them these, like an image with really dark blacks, which is straight black, just to see how that looks. And you can see they nail that black, and the grain texture in there still comes out really clearly. And then I sent them like these things with they're just solid colors, bright colors right up next to each other. And they did a great job with that. And this one with like a really saturated green, yellow green. Oh my god, focus. It would be better if my camera would focus, but alas. You get the idea. But yeah, these were all printed from RGB files. So they do a great job with that stuff. The printer is, I can, hold on, let me link them. There you go. That's the printer. I just linked them in chat. And let's get my big giant face off of here. So yeah, they do a great job. They're going to be who I'm printing all of my print subscription prints from for Patreon people. That's my Meg's got me that mug. Hold on. It's an Old Ben Kenobi mug. Isn't it wonderful? It has a dead air plant in it, but and then on the back it says, "May the Force be with you." It's like the most like garish, oversized, horrible thing, but I love it very much. It's a good thing. Old Benjar. Old Benjar. No, I do not have a Jar Jar Binks jar. A Jar Jar Binks jar. The V's. Jar 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 Jar. Okay. Now, how are these? I don't think I want to use this Master Sword is like based on the Ocarina of Time sword, But I think that I prefer the Link to the Past sword. See, early versions of this map should have it in here. Gosh, can I just take this? And drop it in. Oh God, I've never switched it back. It's just been my face the whole time. I don't want to laugh too much because it'll hurt my throat. I did not realize that it had just been my face this whole time. All right, let's see here. Where to start? Do you start with the shadows that the bags are casting on his robe? Do you start with shading the belts so they match these belts? There's another layer named V. Did anyone ever explain VVV to Imjester? No, it doesn't look like it. So we were talking earlier about how we hit V to bring up our direct select tool, and sometimes we hit it when we're in other applications, and you just come back to the application, you just see the letter V a lot as you like frantically tried to switch and it wasn't working. It is like a Batman's utility belt. That's one of the things that I like in Breath of the Wild a lot, is how when you have like a bow and a weapon and a shield, like he just has a lot of shit on his back. Looks like he's actually traveling somewhere, which is nice. Okay, yes. You're right, I get them mixed up all the time. Okay. How do I want to do this? And should one of these things be a Sheikah Slate? That's cool. I'm still, even though I really want to play it, I really desperately want to finish Horizon Zero Dawn before I like really jump in. Because that game's so good and I don't want to just start playing Zelda and forget about it. You know? That would make me sad. And this weapon here, do any of you all know what that is from? I don't think anyone knows what that is. It's from like Zelda, original Zelda promo artwork of Ganon. Let's see, Zelda. See, here you go. Here it is. Here's the spear thing. So I thought that would be a fun nod to the oldest of old Zelda games. You still gotta spice it up a little bit so it matches the rest. It is a deep cut. It's a deep cut that no one will get. But I like putting stuff in there like that just because even if no one gets it, there might come a day where they run across that art and then they think back to like this illustration and they go, "Oh, that makes sense now." Those kinds of moments are always fun regardless of like what it is. I always like those moments of realization. We're going to say that this part is underneath this pouch. Or maybe we get rid of a pouch. I changed my mind. I'm going to put the end of the belt in here. I figured the other sword was like the equivalent of like the wood swords that you find early in the game before you get the master sword. How did he acquire Majora's Mask? I don't know. You're asking too many questions. I put a lot of thought into it, but I didn't put that much thought into it. I'm trying to, let's see, let's look up the Sheikah slate. Maybe instead of a pouch, he should just have a Nintendo 64 memory expansion pack on his belt. What do y'all think? Let's see. Oh, a Sheikah Slate iPhone case. Someone's going to make so much money with that. Yeah, it's like The Witcher. You have your silver sword and your like normal sword. So let's see. Let's have a Sheikah tablet on him. This is also where we can put the eye. I mean, you have too many pouches, right? There's too many pouches. Silver and steel, that's what it is. No, it's silver and just metal. It's just a metal thing. I don't know. I played a little bit of The Witcher, but it didn't really, like, strike me. It didn't get its grip in me. I just kept running across areas where monsters were overpowered or way too powerful. And I just lost interest. Alright, so put Old Link in the Star Deck universe. Still trying to come up with names for that universe. I have a whole Google Doc of names. See, I guess it would also... Bless you, Megs. Ask and ye shall receive. Let's see, I wonder if we can... Oh, this is too... Wait, maybe it's not too much work. So then you would take this, you would paste it in front, and you would do this. There you go. Berries with a mohawk. Let's see. I'll just leave the mohawk for now. How's that? I kind of like it. Let's make this slate. Well, I appreciate it. I got rid of the PayPal thing since I had to get rid of audio. I haven't figured out how to listen to music that's not played through the to what you can hear. So there's no system sounds. So there's no like audible thank yous. So I got rid of the PayPal. That was a terrible explanation. Plus, it's like PayPal and Patreon. I don't know. I don't know if it was necessary. But thank you. I appreciate the thought. See, it's a little irregular, this shape. This looks like that kid's toy. Is it a see and speak, speech and seek and speech, peach and meech, cheech and speech? It's definitely one of those. Speak and spell. That's what it is. I was so close. I wasn't close. I don't even know if I'll have that pouch. Maybe... This mask takes up that space. You would have to go behind his hand. Oh my god, where's the arm? There. Oh, it's in the layer called front hand. I guess that makes sense. Guess the egg's on my face. I'll have to figure out how to position that. But I think it hanging on to his belt right there would be good. Speech and impeachment. Exactly. Well, I have been talking for a while now, so I think I'm going to give my voice a rest and stop streaming, or I can keep streaming, but I'm going to turn off the camera and mic. I'll let you all decide. I feel like just stopping streaming is a cleaner break, but yeah. Oh man. I'll just write things. I'll learn sign language so I can talk to you all with just the camera on. All right. Well, then I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna leave. How do you feel about that? I'm just gonna leave. So yeah. So. Oh, I know something that's weird. This hand is like way too far. There we go. Like looking at this, his elbow would be like way down here by his waist. Okay. Send nudes. Okay. Well, I'm gonna make this Sheikah slate. Give his belt a little more variety, so it's not just a bunch of pouches. And we'll go from there. So, sorry for the weird monotone voice all day. Gonna have to get used to this. Maybe after my throat gets better, I could be a little more expressive, but we'll see. So, thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm just gonna thank everyone for tuning in, and I will be back here streaming again on Friday. So thanks everyone. I will see you then. Have a great rest of your day.